Maturity quotes and sayings. One sign of maturity is the ability to be comfortable with people who are not like us. Virgil A. Kraft. The rate at which a person can mature is directly proportional to the embarrassment he can tolerate. Douglas Engelbart. Maturity is the ability to stick with a job until it's finished, the ability to do a job without being supervised, the ability to carry money without spending it, and the ability to bear an injustice without wanting to get even. Abigail Van Buren. To make mistakes is human, to stumble is commonplace, to be able to laugh at yourself is maturity. William Arthur Ward. Maturity begins to grow when you can sense your concern for others outweighing your concern for yourself. John McNaughton. To be mature means to face, and not evade, every fresh crisis that comes. Fritz Kunkel. Maturity is the time of life when, if you had the time, you'd have the time of your life. Maturity is achieved when a person postpones immediate pleasures for long-term values. Joshua Loth Liebman. To exist is to change is to mature is to go on creating oneself endlessly. Henri Bergson. Maturity is the ability to reap without apology and not complain when things don't go well. Jim Rohn. Maturity of mind is the capacity to endure uncertainty. John Finley. It is sad to grow old but nice to ripen. Bridget Bardot. Maturity is achieved when a person accepts life as full of tension. Joshua Loth Liebman. Maturity begins when we're content to feel we're right about something, without feeling the necessity to prove someone else is wrong. Sidney J. Harris. Maturity is knowing when to be immature. Randall Hall. When we were children, we used to think that when we were grown up we would no longer be vulnerable. But to grow up is to accept vulnerability. To be alive is to be vulnerable. Madeleine L'Engle. Relationships are the hallmark of the mature person. Brian Tracy. Maturity is the ability to think, speak and act your feelings within the bounds of dignity. The measure of your maturity is how spiritual you become during the midst of your frustrations. Samuel Ullman. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes. Grown up, and that is a terribly hard thing to do. It is much easier to skip it and go from one childhood to another. We have not passed that subtle line between childhood and adulthood until we move from the passive voice to the active voice that is, until we have stopped saying it got lost, and say, I lost it. Sidney J. Harris. Hi, I'm Amy, one of the IVONA text-to-speech voices created using Bright Voice technology. Enter here any text and click play.
Hello, my name is Jennifer. Would you believe if I told you my voice is not human? It's true. Enter any text and press play.
Hi, I'm Salli. I am the first IVONA text-to-speech teenage voice. I will read for you everything you want. Enter here any text and click play.